The Jalen Hurts thing is getting more and more interesting as every single day goes by. When he first got hurt, remember the stories that came out of there were, oh, he might very well wind up playing this weekend.
Yeah, that was wrong.
It's now starting to feel like the third consecutive week, and you were telling me if you had to bet on it right now, you don't think he'll play this Sunday.
I don't think he'll play this. Look, as the weeks have gone on, behind you it's gotten less foggy as the show's gone on.
Yeah.
That has not happened with the Eagles and the Jalen Hurts situation.
Right.
Look, I mean, he was able to be a limited practice participant yesterday, which is more than he did last Wednesday. So there is some sign of progress and some sign of potential hope. My understanding, based on the conversations I've had with the same people I had them with last week and the week before, who were telling me the same stuff, is that I would be surprised if he were to play this week. Things can change, obviously. He could show them more than they expect. But right now, he's dealing with a shoulder injury. It doesn't sound like it's all the way right, and I think the odds are better that he doesn't play than that he does.
I'm going to ask you a question that I know in advance you don't know the answer to, but
Cool.
maybe you can guess one way. If this was a playoff game, would it change that?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't, because
He may be that hurt. He may be hurt enough that he couldn't play if this was the playoff.
I don't think they're holding him out to rest him for the playoffs.
No.
I think if he could play, they will. I think if he can play, they'll play him.
Okay, fair enough, because there is an element of, well, don't put him in harm's way until you absolutely have to. Give it a couple of more weeks that it might get better, that kind of thing.
Again, they got to win a game, as far as they know. I mean, like, they are playing for something. So
yeah.
I think if he can play, they'll play him.
They're playing for something no matter what. There are no circumstances, almost implausible circumstances in which this game means nothing to them. They would need Dallas and San Francisco to lose. So they're definitely playing for something this weekend. So if he's 70%, what are you doing?
No, you sit him down. You make sure that you don't put him out there in harm's way, because if they do have to play in a week, you don't want a 70, say he's 70, 80%.
Yeah.
You don't want to take a step forward in his rehab over the last 3 weeks and then take 3 steps back, and now he can't even be available for you in the playoffs, which is the most important thing for this team right now. You just have to evaluate the player, make sure that he doesn't put himself out there in harm's way. And in his position, the way that he plays football, he's going to be hit. He's going to be tackled and land on that shoulder again. So you got to make sure that he's in the proper space as far as his health, his availability for the playoffs is the #1 priority for the Eagles.
The things that you're seeing him do on the screen right now, Damian Woody, are the things that make him special. He has turned himself into an excellent pocket passer, but what has made him a leading candidate for MVP of the league is his ability to then take off and run with the ball, which means putting himself in harm's way. How does that factor into this?
You don't want to put him in harm's way. I mean, listen, you're not going to change his playing style. If Jalen Hurts is going to play, you're telling everyone that everything is available, right? Like, he's going to run the football, whether it be the design runs or scramble. Well, when you do that, you expose yourself. We know he has the hurt shoulder. Do you want to risk putting him out there now, where he could possibly re-injure it and be out for the postseason? No, you can't do it. But also, here's what I also will say. It's amazing how much value Jalen Hurts has to this football team.
Yep.
It's amazing. All these pieces that were brought into the Philadelphia Eagles, you subtract Jalen Hurts, and now they can't find a way to win a football game?
You're saying Ninko should send his "I was wrong" sign to Mike Parsons.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.